Good morning, everybody. Here is part two of let's block that light. There we go. Yeah, part two of looking at this essay. So far, the person is arguing that the setting represents the people. So the Valley of Ashes, the ashes aren't literal ashes. They're saying the ashes are the people that are being swept away. So the people don't matter, which is a very clever interpretation. I've never thought of it like that. It's really cool. Struggles that we're seeing so far is that it took me a minute to get that. It wasn't super clear. I had to go through and read the entire introduction. And looking at their topic sentences, as I highlight right here, they start right off with the quote instead of having a sentence that clearly says what the paragraph is going to be about. Remember, in this kind of setting with this audience, you want your reader to be able to figure out exactly what you're trying to argue right off the bat. They should be able to read your thesis statement and your topic sentences and understand the purpose of your essay very quickly. Okay? So they're struggling with the structure a little bit, but the ideas and the use of ice is really great so far. So let's see where it keeps going. So looking on to the next section. We read this paragraph. I think we stopped towards the end. Let's read the next paragraph. I would like to turn to a kind of observation of actions. Ooh, I see that first person. Remember, we want to avoid that. That's not professional tone or professional point of view. You want to say that your thoughts are facts, not that your thoughts are your thoughts. It's the difference between cats are awesome and I think cats are awesome. The first one sounds a lot stronger, right? So make sure we don't have that I in there. So look on to the next piece. When Nick gets off the train, he's not described as going willingly. More like, quote, ooh, nope, don't like that. A better way to say that would be he's described as, or the author describes him as, comma, jump, and then you could say ing, to his feet and taking hold of my elbow. You could put brackets around it to say that you change it to make sure it makes sense. Or described the scene of Nick leaving the train as, and then colon, he jumped to his feet and took hold of my elbow. So both of those work. Just avoid this like saying the word quote. I like this quote more. Oof. So it looks like we're struggling with this paragraph, and it looks like we didn't quite get to a conclusion either. So I love the ideas in this first paragraph and in the introduction. It seems like they've kind of lost track. So I'm wondering if this person did a very clear outline before they went and used those skills. Because it seems like this is a whole new idea that they're talking about. Turning to actions and how Nick is acting like, I don't quite see that connection to social class. So I would suggest to this writer to make sure that you outline what your purpose is first and make sure that everything you're saying fits that outline. So look into the rubric. We want to see how the person's thesis is maintained throughout their essay. Their thesis is a little spread out in their introduction, but it does show up very clearly in the first paragraph and then kind of disappears in their second. Their transitional strategies are pretty solid. I can see them transitioning from piece to piece, even if they do use some of that first person. Their ideas do progress logically. I can see where their ideas are going, but it takes me a minute to get there. And they're struggling with the style and tone because they use the letter I, the word I. So I would put them at a 2 or a 3 for their structure. Looking at their evidence is typically smoothly integrated with the exception of that second paragraph. They do tend to elaborate on their ideas well. Once they explain it, I can see what they're trying to say. They do express their ideas in a very clear way to start. And I see that I'm running out of time, so I've got to get rid of these things. I'll try and speak quickly. Academic and domain-specific vocabulary, I didn't see a lot of that. They do a varied sentence structure. So I would put them at a 3 for this, and their grammar is fine, so they get a 2 there. So that would say 2, 5, and 7 overall. So this would be a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.